Now. Okay. Start video.
Awful lonesome in here. I thought Steve was in here, but no, it blocked him out.
That's okay. I'm fine with that. So why do you have a code and a waiting room?
Don't know.
Turn off one of them.
I think when we set it up the first time, it gave us a code, and then later they added the waiting room thing, and then the code just
Yeah, I mean, if you
stayed,
change it, it may change
the number.
yeah.
Can you
Can
hear
you
us?
hear me? Can
We
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you,
Pardon?
but that may be us. Let's see if the volume. Yep, the volume's turned way down low. Let's see. Say something.
Say something?
There you go. We can hear you now.
Okay, because I can hear you fine.
Somebody was messing with our TV in here for the past couple of weeks because I had to all kinds of hate and discontent getting it to work.
Really?
Yes.
Probably that tough sewing group that you've got in there.
Yeah.
Or no, I guess it's knitting group, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Are they still around?
Didn't make any difference.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a second remote with a sound bar up top.
I had issues.
They are, but not today.
I could change the sound here. All right, we'll try
Testing 1, 2, 3.
that. It didn't seem to
Testing.
make a difference either.
Yeah, a little bit.
All of a sudden, you got very loud. It's bizarre.
Okay. Am I still very loud?
Yeah, but I think it's us. I don't think it's you.
Well, I don't know. I've been known to be loud, that's for sure. Some of my ex-employees will tell you that for sure.
Not connected. I got trouble getting to the internet. Did you have that trouble?
I don't have trouble with the internet. It's just everything else.
Okay, well, you're not seeing the second remote.
Why don't you shut the door while you're there? Just that way, if it is loud, it won't go out.
Join Wi-Fi network password. Why is it asking me for a password?
It shouldn't ask you for a password. It should be the public, not the private.
MPL public strong. Okay. Not connected. No networks.
Mine just auto-connected.
Okay, it's trying now. Wi-Fi is turned on. Connected. Okay.
I think you're right. I think that sound bar is actually on. I don't know how to deal with that sound bar.
So the sound bar on my TV is hooked up with one of those little pieces of fishing line. And yeah, the volume control on the TV does not affect it.
Change audio output device.
Leroy, if you need me to adjust something at this end, I can do that. I mean,
No, I don't think it.
I think it's us. I think it's
Just
so the issue is the TV. The TV.
built-in speaker.
all right. Try again.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, says join. We'll let him know you're here. Oh, okay. Oh, there I am.
I don't know if that made any difference
This
whatsoever.
meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, that's working.
I'm muted.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
That's a significant time delay. That's got to be 300-400 milliseconds.
Okay, I'm muted.
How about we go with sign language?
Turn your speakers off. Or down. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
So was it Jim's speakers were given feedback or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had his mic, his mic on and the speakers on.
No, I didn't have the mic on. I turned it on once and it went crazy and I turned it back off. But there was just a speaker feeding back into your microphone, probably.
Could be. Well, right now, Grand
I was
Poobah
thinking the same thing.
shows as the microphone is muted.
Yeah, it came in. Yeah, came in muted. I came in muted. It's always muted, but the speaker wasn't. That was the issue. And I was speaking back into his microphone.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. Good, well, good thing we had Leroy here to figure that out.
Nope, that was
I
not
was
the right
enjoying
button.
it.
Yeah, but
Oopsies.
I busted it now. Now it won't come back on.
What the heck did you do now, Leroy?
Oh, wait, now it's doing something.
Then we turned the speaker back on. It was fun, man. We was having fun there for a while.
Somebody turned the sound bar on and I can't turn it off. But,
I think it requires a second remote.
okay,
You didn't find one over there in the credenza, Steve?
no.
Oh, you already looked?
Yeah. Unless it's underneath.
See, there's a button there that says audio. There's a button that says apps. USB media. No.
Look at all kind of neat adapter boxes over here. Okay, down there.
Audio return channel. Built-in speaker. That's the only thing that it's giving me to select from is built-in speaker.
So on my crappy TV, the sound bar has its own
Yeah,
level,
I believe it.
and it just works.
It just works.
Well, no, I mean, sound always goes out there, no matter what you're saying. You want the TV, where you want the TV to send audio.
Oh, I hear you. So the sound bar is off. Which it says analog.
Yeah, saying, oh, and the light sensor kicked in.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's stupid. If your room goes dark, it tells you your room's going dark.
Okay, have you got a menu on the TV remote?
No.
No menu.
No, there's no way to turn that off.
That's weird.
I'll get up on a chair if somebody will hold it still. I'll turn it off.
It should be, you should have a big menu that gives you that option.
But it isn't. It controls the TV, not the sound bar.
It should mute the audio or something.
It can mute the internal speakers. but
It's coming off the HDMI, huh? I bet. You turn off one of the HDMIs?
There's some audio settings, but they're all system options.
Is there any possibility that they have the wrong remote in that room and there's one
No.
out at the desk?
It's the right remote for the TV. It's just not the remote for the sound bar.
I see.
Okay,
HDMI cord, okay.
No, not HDMI,
Oh, what?
RCA,
RCA.
Oh,
which kind of surprised me. Now you gotta turn the speakers up on the TV though.
Okay, I can do that. All right, try saying something, Art.
2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3.
That's good.
Yeah, now we've got some, got some actual control over it again.
That is bizarre.
No, it makes sense. The sound bar is a separate entity. It's its own thing. It's got its own amplifier and everything.
So it's not integrated with the TV. It's
Sound
like a.
bar.
It
Okay.
it's that thing,
Is that thing above the TV there? That's
Yeah.
the sound.
and usually that's either off or unplugged, and
It's unplugged now.
it's unplugged now. So
I'll plug it back in before we go on. If we need it unplugged next week.
So usually it's not a problem because usually it doesn't happen.
That is bizarre.
But whoever, well, when we came in, it was also set for HDMI 3, which is not right for the table. The table is at an HDMI 1. So that was fun. Why isn't there a picture?
Sounds like they need a tame IT person there.
Somebody has come in to do their own presentation or something, and
We're learning to be more flexible by force. Flexibility by force is very effective.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot.
I spent an hour in traffic. I'm tired. My foot is asleep.
Yeah,
What was the traffic all about?
Oh, big wreck. Just north of Monroe in the southbound lane. So of course it's the direction everybody has to go.
So this was on 75 or what?
Yeah. Jim got lucky,
yeah, there wasn't that much traffic.
but when I texted him, I didn't really know where the wreck was at. I just knew it was near Monroe. So Jim got lucky. Everybody else,
So he gets on south of where the wreck was?
yeah.
Oh, so he had no traffic.
What traffic you talking about, Leroy?
There's more. I don't know what's going on. I just drove past all those cops and everything. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you mix it up on an interstate, that can be pretty bad.
Yeah, I want to know what happened.
We had somebody got killed there about a month ago on getting on to 75 off of 63. They had a van.
Yeah.
Where is 63 now?
It runs through Monroe to Lebanon. Out.
So it's an east-west route?
Yeah.
It's the outlet mall.
Oh, I know where that is. I have been there a few times.
Yeah, if you're married, you've been there. Sometimes
Yes.
unwillingly.
I'll put it this way. I was a captive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we get
I
there.
need shoes.
And there is nothing good for a guy to do in that mall. You'd think they'd throw in one little tool store just to,
There,
Oh,
there-
they got a tool store there. They sure.
really?
there
Oh,
was
yeah.
a tool store
Yeah.
and there was a game store,
Oh.
board game. They sold a bunch of board games. But I
What
don't
tool
know.
store was that? That was a well brand name tool store. And you could buy refurb tools there.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know if the game store's still there.
I remember one up in Jeff City, the Jefferson City one, that had a the green one, bright green.
This was
I don't remember any reasonable stores though.
it was a Milwaukee store.
Ah, okay.
I think, wasn't it?
It was a name brand.
Yeah, it was a name brand. I think it was red. I think all the
Oh,
stores were red.
Wow.
Well, they could at least put in a sporting goods store, so you had some outdoor stuff and so forth and so on.
There is a North Face store, kind of sporting goods.
Yeah. The biggest draw for guys to do is to go to the food lobby and just wait for somebody to come along and pick you up. Come and find me at the food court.
So Monroe police say it happened at 3:20 p.m.
It's
The
about
car rolled over at least once and trapping 2 people. Care Flight and Air Care responded to the scene.
I saw Care Flight.
I don't know which one's which. I saw one go south, one go north.
Care Flight is Miami Valley from Dayton.
Okay,
They fly Dolphins. UCH Air Care is obviously from University of Cincinnati. I forget what kind of planes or helicopters they fly. They're not Dolphins, so
they used to have a list of the call letters for all the local aircraft, and there's ADB exchange or ADBS exchange, something like that. And you can
watch it.
give it a list of numbers and know whether they're on the ground, in the air.
The
Butler County has 4 aircraft,
Warren apparently has a couple.
and Hamilton County has like 12.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's Cincinnati. But the UC Air Care and Care Flight and Med Flight, and there's one other, they're all ran by the same company. And they fly all over the place. They fly wherever they're needed. The Dolphins are fast, so they'll hit 150 knots easy. Those are fast helicopters. I
The
was-
problem, they don't have the supply of pilots they had 30 years ago, though. All those ex-Vietnam pilots looking for work.
Yeah. I know they like to hire military pilots,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't know, they seem to be able to supply their pilots pretty well, or at least around here. I think there's 4 Miami Valley helicopters that are on call 24 hours a day. And I think there's 3 or 4 UC helicopters.
But from a pilot point of view, they're competing with all the news services too.
Well, amazingly enough, most of the medical helicopters are all flown from the same company. They're not, they stick UC Air Care on it or Med Flight or whatever, but they're all owned by one company. So it's something kind of interesting. Once you start digging into where these helicopters are coming from, and then they trade them around too. It's the same company, but they trade the helicopters. So you might get an old Dolphin here, and they will trade it for a new Dolphin from Virginia or somewhere.
Oh, so you're saying it's not just local, it's,
No, it's a huge company. They run a couple of hundred or more medical flights, and they run thousands of them a day. So, and when you start digging into who owns those helicopters, it gets kind of interesting. So, you'll see MedFlight is out of Columbus. They've got a bunch of helicopters, but they fly. I've seen them down here before because CareFlight was busy. And I've seen CareFlight go clear up to Cleveland because they can. So,
I personally like fixed wing craft. And that thing going around up there doesn't excite me a lot. Or maybe it excites me.
So you're probably not going to buy one of the flying cars when they come out in 2025.
Well, first of all, if they come out in my lifetime, I will be surprised. But you know, these announcements, they've been announcing flying cars since
Oh my
I
God.
was
Oh, yeah.
I was maybe 10 years old, okay?
Yeah, I was in second grade. Oh, yeah.
Well, company there in California apparently has FAA approval for one.
Yeah, they got this just this last week, as a matter of fact.
Yep. I kind of was the same when I heard it. Was I don't know what problem they're actually trying to solve. But you
Yeah.
got helicopters. Seems to me like anybody with sufficient funds will have a helicopter and not need a car that can carry one person or two people.
Yeah. I would guess that Elon Musk is probably not going to buy one.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe if it's
Hey,
a.
Vicente,
Hi,
Oh
how
no,
are you? Is it your new flat screen?
he brought me a
Oh,
new
that's
toy.
hilarious.
He brought me a
What the
new toy.
AMFM? Oh, what do you got? Oh, coffee can. Good. Now you're talking.
I got a power supply for it if you need it.
a black and white TV?
This looks brand new. It's brand new. Are you not going to use this?
Or you can
I
have one
remember
too.
I flew it last year. I have like 4 of those.
How old is that?
Oh, okay.
Already
We're just going to tear it apart.
25 years, I know.
More.
I was going to say it has to be more than that
2001.
Okay,
because that also looks like it's a CRT.
It's a CRT, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got to be at least 20 years old or older.
Well, the date on the box is 2001. Dual power, AC and DC,
Wow.
car cord included.
you need to show the YouTube show of the roller.
So,
You can get a Raspberry Pi Zero in there.
yeah, I know. See if I can find.
So where did it come from, Vicente?
Excuse me?
Where did it come from? Where'd you get it?
Where are you coming from?
Where
Yeah.
did
This, no, this is was eBay. Right? Or maybe the market at close to your house,
Oh, the flea market?
maybe the flea market. I don't remember.
Trailer
I bought like 4 different colors and
If I could find the video, which should be in my history.
Black and white CRT TV.
Well,
That's
there's a reason. There's a
been a while.
reason. There's a reason. If we
probably anybody who's under 30 years old has never seen a black and white TV.
was doing an Apple One simulator.
Mhm.
I was generating the video, you know, so I used the TVs to see the stuff.
There it is. All right. So this is the coolest robot ever, but hang on.
Yeah.
I got to share the screen so that Art can see it and turn the volume down.
How many views it has?
It has 6,000,
When I sent you what was 200,000.
661,000 views. That is not the share screen. Need to share the screen. Share the screen. Okay, so there is actually a reason.
Nobody asked why, Leroy, for some reason.
Vicente asked why.
Oh, he did?
Somebody asked
You
why.
hadn't been trained.
This is it.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the CRT.
You need an audio amplifier connected to the horizontal amplifier. I think, right? No, the vertical amplifier.
He goes into great detail about how he built this thing. And all the parts and everything, and then he puts it all open framed,
With a Lex-
which is a little scary.
Look at that big fat red cable there.
Yeah, look at that fat transformer too.
It's shielded well. Just don't lick any of the exposed bits.
Just don't reach your hand in there and you'll be fine.
So it looked like he was driving that line across there
He
as,
connected an amplifier to the, I think the vertical.
To the vertical.
amplifier.
So apparently. And he's using an Amazon Alexa to do this, to drive it. It's very, very cool project. But apparently this particular model of TV has access to the vertical amps. So you can disconnect all that without having to remove the coils and everything. Yeah. So
that's next week?
that is a project for.
You already have a face recognition camera, right? To follow
Oh,
the movement
you know,
of the box.
I went to Spark Fund to try to order one of those.
$9 right?
They were $10, but they're sold out.
You got it.
He got them. He bought them all. Yeah. So I did try to go.
I mean,
You know,
or whatever.
the thing is I had saw those cameras a year ago And I think I texted you about them or something, and I said, these sound really cool, but I don't know what to do with them, so I didn't buy them. And I should have bought some. I should have bought a couple of them. They were $20 or $10.
I just put one in my car, but I never bought it.
That has a little camera in it.
Wow,
That,
it's a new one,
yeah. Yeah, I got
M5.
M5 stack.
Hmm.
Oh no. The battery is dead. It's dead. Well, okay, that's for next
How
week.
is going your Linux machine?
Pretty good. I'm really happy with this thing. There are a few things that I've had issues with, but
Drivers or
Hmm?
special drivers or
I need drivers for these cameras. I have not been able to get them to work. Everything else seems to be working.
I still think one of those cameras is a barcode scanner.
Mhm. No, there's a barcode scanner attachment for it. But no, these are cameras,
Camera.
and I think this one doesn't have an IR filter. I'm hoping.
It seems wrong to cannibalize a brand new thing now.
well, you can use the video input and Arduino and in basic and produce like a line, horizontal line changing with audio input or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Right there. That I've got those M5 stack RCA things that convert this. That would work too. I wouldn't even need anything special to.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a project to play with.
Oh, there's two Steves.
There's
That's not near enough.
What?
there's a Steve and a Steve.
Is this a different Steve or is this?
No, it's me.
It's Steve.
Sorry if there's noise.
Recording in progress.
Okay.
How much does that thing weigh, Leroy?
5 pounds.
Yeah,
Heavy.
3 to 5 pounds. It's
Oh, okay.
it
So
probably
it's got a pretty small CRT in it then, I guess.
it's 5 inch.
Uh-huh.
5 inch black and white TV.
That's 5-inch visible, not 6-inch corner to corner.
Is
Yeah.
that a D player on it?
No,
No,
that's just the two.
Radio, AM, FM,
no, it's
TV.
they use the same shell without the tuner for home security system. Old home security system.
Yeah, I think I had one.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
it's about as generic as TV set as you could possibly get. And there's
Oh, excuse me. Oh, didn't
um,
have time to mute.
full channel VHF and UHF receiver. Woo! For the old analog stuff that nobody has anymore.
Let's see if I had known you were bringing. I stopped at Goodwill on my way here. They've got just piles of converters. See, you could watch high def TV on that.
You know, I might actually have a tuner.
It'd be nice, like old fashioned.
I was looking to see if it said how much it weighed, but I don't see it in it.
Be on the manual, right next to the schematics.
Oh, wow, we could use 10 C size batteries.
Oh,
Holy cow.
that's rough.
That's
That's $35.
and another 10 pounds.
So the bottom is empty.
This is yeah. I don't see.
Then it's got
wait.
room for a Raspberry Pi 3.
Yes.
Running up to the composite. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you have a video output in the Raspberry Pi first one,
Yeah.
the one.
But I
Only
gave
the cable between.
I gave away all my old
Yeah.
Raspberry Pis.
I still have a couple.
I've got one with the analog out if you want it. I'm not doing anything with it. It's a single core and half a gig of RAM.
Yeah, I brought them in here and people took them. So
Yeah,
I'm sure I could get one back if I really needed it.
I went to my storage thing in Fairfield and started gathering stuff. And I now have a bag of pies like this.
Wow. Well, I opened a box up and there was a Raspberry Pi with a 7-inch screen and I'm going, huh,
Wonder where that was from. Why did I buy that one?
where'd that come from? Yeah. A Raspberry Pi 3B.
The Raspberry Pi 0 has video output. A couple of pins.
They all do.
Yeah,
You can get video out.
directly from two pins in the board.
I've got plenty of Raspberry Pis. I could do something with it, but I was
You can load in Linux some program that to show maybe the audio spectrum. You know, like instead of just the line,
yeah.
to make some more appealing.
Well, if I use something like the M5 stack with the composite out, it's got a speaker. You could do like a spectrum analyzer kind of deal.
But one of the cool things about that one that you were showing was that he had turned that into instead of a raster display, come up with what it is when you're directly controlling
Yeah,
the line.
Yeah.
Damn. Vector
A vector.
yeah.
display.
Vector display, yeah.
Faster display.
There are a number of different things that can be done with an old. I could hook up my Nintendo 64 and play Nintendo on this.
You think he jumped?
I teach.
Your Commodore also has a video output.
Yes.
RF.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
connector.
and my TI definitely has a composite out.
Just the two of them, or are they starting a family?
That's the babies. There were 3 babies. Now there are 2.
I don't see anything anywhere that says how much this weighs.
They were cute as a button though. The mama and 3 little babies across the backyard. They're hoot. They don't cause any trouble either. Nobody's gonna chase them. That works good, works out pretty good.
with the main entrance.
They're just rebuilding it, it looks like. I don't know.
The floor or something.
Well, they're working outside,
Yeah, yeah.
so I think it's that loop in the front. They're probably gonna make it a little bigger.
Ooh. You know how long your alkaline C batteries are going to last if you use it?
And
Probably about 15 minutes.
You're a little
Well,
closer, about 5 hours.
Remember that we are 20 years ahead.
Yeah.
We need new batteries. It may last longer.
NiCads, if you use NiCads, they will last a whopping 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
okay, who's this?
This is happy yoga. You should be doing this 9:30 a.m. every day. They have a different scene every day. Same girl, different scene.
Happy yoga.
Happy yoga, and then after that, sit to be fit. For geezers, which I happen to be fit in that category now.
There is a link for that.
Do what?
You have a link for it.
That's just a camera photo there. I've got their video. I got about 25 shows recorded.
Terrible transport.
But it's really good. You get a few years on you. You need to ensure your range of motion. Seriously. Even if you exercise, you still don't get range of motion that you need. And you'll jam up.
One of the tests I do is if I'm laying flat on the floor, how long does it take me to get to standing? without
Exactly.
anything? And I'm still doing pretty good on that.
I visited my.
I'll make sure it doesn't have batteries in it. They might be.
You can see Batman there.
Does it have a place to put the batteries in the case?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's in the Raspberry Pi area.
I mean, it's brand new. This thing's
The foam is still supple.
NIB. You know what say NIB stands for?
new in box.
New in box.
New in box.
That's a hockey puck there, buddy.
Transformer weighs more than the freaking TV set.
Yeah, they,
What's happening?
yeah, and they
Holy
don't do it
cow.
like that. No.
That's an actual transformer.
That is pure analog.
That is 100% transformer.
Stem to stern.
That is not plugging into there.
So that's not a power supply, that is a transformer?
That is 100%.
No, it won't fit.
It won't fit in there.
It's too wide. Ooh,
He's gonna make it fit.
just lift it. See if we can get the whole thing out of there.
Here, there's a block under the table. Let me plug it in under the table.
Very librarian. You didn't mean to break your stuff.
We didn't mean to break the TV.
Now let's see.
There is
It isn't enough power to do any real damage, so worst case scenario, it'll just let out a little wisp of smoke.
A little smoke.
Best case scenario, it just goes shh.
AC power source normal. And we want
You gotta have the antenna. We won't get anything. with The antenna.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you would.
ooh,
Oh,
AM
yeah.
baby.
Oh,
AM
you'll pick up WLW.
Yeah, geez.
I hear it.
volume. Yeah.
Where's the tuning? There it is.
little controls on the back for vertical, horizontal, and something.
Yeah.
Contrast, maybe.
Now something that's good old.
Contrast. Okay. The last thing, and
Yeah, I always start with WLW. You can pick them up anywhere within 150 miles with anything. Manufactured in November of 2002. It's got a serial number 2002 1111 666.
Ah. How FM works. Not hearing anything on me. That's weird.
So is that grill on the side, is that a speaker or is that just a air clean, air?
Speaker.
2-inch speaker, 5-inch screen.
Okay. We're living large, man.
Like a hymns.
That is weird that you're getting nothing.
I would have thought I'd
sorry,
get some.
laboratories.
No choice.
There's also a little push button on the back. I'm wondering what that is.
This is to change
DGOS or something?
from what to what,
AV and TV.
the frequency of the, no?
Well, your input is coming from the lugs on the back or the tube.
That's interesting. Audio video or.
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh, I get static. I see static.
That's a joke I heard today. You'll love it. You'll love it. When two antennas get married, the marriage is so-so, but the reception is great.
Oh, great dad joke. Great dad joke.
That's what you get from Google, guys.
So
Be careful.
I believe there are still a couple of analog TV stations in this area.
Yeah,
Really?
if I
24,
Really?
25,
I
something.
thought those were discontinued like 10, 15 years ago.
they're real low power. And if I'm not getting 700 WL,
Yeah, I don't see.
The
how
chances
that's
are
possible.
not good. No.
What was the FM station you got?
90 something,
92.5?
maybe.
They're transmitting off of the Star 64 antenna.
It's not real good. There's 92 something. So the other one must have been
Is
maybe.
there any video or is it strictly audio?
I got
Right,
static.
TV.
It seems to me like it might. The tuning dial might be slightly off frequency. Like big time. Oh.
I mean, this thing doesn't have a digital tuner on it.
What?
Big open air core.
I'm not hearing it.
No, the only digital is the power button, on, off, 1, 2.
So is there a 550, 530?
550 WL, or 550. Yeah, there is.
It makes some ghost sounds.
Yeah.
AM is not working.
You need to be in an open place. What frequency is it? Okay.
It's the only place where there might still be any more channels on the UHF. Might be something on there.
1530 or
I went the whole dial. I didn't hear anything on any end.
that's your computer.
That's some digital signal somewhere.
I don't know where that would come from. 15 computers in the room, easy. Trying to get
I found a listing of Cincinnati, Ohio radio stations, 86 stations, 86 FM, 32 AM.
And this thing is deaf to most of them.
And you can't get one of them? Man, what do you want? I'll be able to.
All right, it won't make
550 is WKRC. 700 is WLW, 740 is WNOP. That's in Newport.
I don't feel so bad now about maybe hacking this thing apart.
So I was listening to AM stuff. There are a ton. So. Yeah, you should be able to get 70, no matter.
You think, yeah.
What else stuff?
I mean,
1360 with the SA9.
700 is just down the road. I mean, the broadcast tower is.
I mean, it is possible it's just overwhelmed, but I don't think so. Lower the antenna, see if we get. I'm trying to remember how I'm going to these signals were set up. And I'm pretty sure that the audio and TV is FM. And it's. We spent 2 months learning how TVs work in the school I went to. And all I remember was a little front porch, a little back porch, and color burst signal buried in there.
I was dealing with all of those things.
Yeah.
It was really work.
Like to actually use it now, I'd have to go reread books.
Audio was FM stereo. And then there were subcarriers,
Well, wait,
subbands,
initially audio was FM mono,
mono,
then they went to AM or to
FM
AM.
stereo.
Then they went to AM for about 10 years, and then they went back to FM for audio, and then they did FM stereo.
And then there were subcarriers for that carried closed captioning and something else.
Yeah. And that was a thing that I wanted, was to do the subcarrier communication stuff. I wanted to strip out the text.
Yeah.
Because and they're still doing that with FM broadcast.
Yeah.
The WGUC in Cincinnati reads books. They do reading for the blind, and they've got some pretty decent stuff. I'm not sure that. There we go. That now you have it.
There are some RDS decoders that you can buy on AliExpress for a little bit of nothing. And then
I've never bought anything on AliExpress, and I'm not sure I want to start now.
It's not bad. AliExpress is not bad.
My understanding is you have no idea what you're actually gonna get. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
you
just got to
sort of
pay
what you
attention.
wanted.
You really got to pay more attention than you do on like Amazon, but you got to read a little more closely.
This was the video. I made.
If you're not sure of what you're gonna get, that's what you're gonna get.
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah,
Where did you get that monitor?
Microcontroller, huh?
Where'd you get that monitor?
Big one.
That's an Apple monitor, isn't it?
Yes, 9 inches. $50.
Really?
2 years ago, yeah, I saw it. Wow, I just.
I was gonna say, that's a $500 monitor now.
the thing with AliExpress, you do have to look at the reviews because the people will tell you. And you have to assume that 90% of what's in the listing is probably not right,
Yeah,
especially when it says something like, how would they word it? Something and then exactly opposite of the same thing.
mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
much
you're going, no, but I know what this is because I saw it on Amazon.
you definitely got to do your homework. You got to pay attention.
The same TV, but in black.
Cool.
What I
Running that off of an Arduino?
No, it was SP. Another microcontroller.
Okay.
Pretty fast. My idea was to generate video without using the CPU.
Mhm.
So this is only
Wait, without using the
this is
CPU?
before, no, I was using the I2S bus
Okay,
and DNA, and I put stuff in the memory, and the memory goes out at full speed, creating different signals.
okay.
Each bit, each byte change in a loop, producing the different signals. And I add them in the output with so you can make any computer simulator, but the screen is working standalone all the time. The
Mhm.
memory.
Many years ago, I worked on VIDEC word processors, which were very cool. These were sold to big companies. They were $20,000 to start 5-inch floppies. Actually, no, I think originally they were 8-inch floppies and then they got the little ones. But it was all vector drawn graphics. And these came out before static RAM was available. And instead of clocking the memory and refreshing it, they just treated the memory as a big FIFO. And so whatever was at byte 0 was the character that it was drawing on the screen, and the memory cycle rate was tied to the refresh rate on the screen. The screen was vertical and it was scanning left to right, top to bottom. And it looked really good if you had about 2/3 of the screen full, but if it got down to where the entire screen had stuff on it, it couldn't quite keep up and make it back. So the whole screen would get kind of wobbly. So all the women that used these things would do chunks of text and then put invisible space above and below that wouldn't type out. They had 132 column printers hooked up with split platens, so they could run 2 sheets on it side by side, and they'd put like 5 thick carbons on one side, the single sheet on the other, and those things would take it. I mean, they were incredible machines. Z80 processor. The memory was on a stack of cards that was a cube about 5 inches by 5 inches by 5 inches. Fun toys. They had neat keyboards. They weren't VT120, but real close. you couldn't replace single keys. And these women all had nails. I mean, this was 1984. And I'd go in there and they just had holes drilled through the keycaps. It was amazing. It was fun.
So,
Well, that gave you a pretty good idea of what you'd get if you messed with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were fun women. I was in Missouri.
when I buy stuff on Amazon or on AliExpress, I usually only buy from companies that I know, like M5 Stack and Lily Go and stuff like that. And the few times that I have had bad experience, it doesn't take them any time at all to resolve it and give you back your money.
Yeah, okay.
AliExpress actually holds the money before they give it to the seller. So you have, when you get whatever it is you've ordered, that's when they will release. When you tell them that you are happy, that is when they will release the money. So the sellers are overly happy to make sure that you are happy because they want their money.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I mean, generally I buy all from well, I started buying M5 Stack stuff directly from M5 Stack, but M5 Stack, Lily Go, some of the other, bigger companies, I've never really had a problem with AliExpress. I mean, the few times that I've had an issue with something,
I never.
the couple of times I've had an issue.
Hundreds of orders. Twice I have a problem with the quality, and they just return the money and say keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other.
Oh, yeah,
was
it's not worth
they send
shipping.
again the item. So never had a problem. I was receiving almost every day something.
That's pretty much my experience. I've 2 or 3 things I've had a problem with.
And
You just tell AliExpress.
I never miss anything. No a single item.
Now if they don't hear from, because everybody is supposed to ship a trackable item so that they can keep track of it. And if they don't hear back from you within like 20 days or something after it arrives, they will go ahead and release the money to the seller anyway. So
yeah, that's reasonable.
So
Because I'm not big on responding to sellers.
My problem with them now is I can buy stuff cheaper on eBay.
yeah,
They have a timeout if you don't.
yeah, you gotta.
It's like that you have it.
It's like 20
assume
days or
2
something.
months later or something.
Yeah,
They assume that you have the item. That's it.
but they kind of expect you to respond when you get the item, you confirm or you say there was a problem with the item.
Okay.
And then if you confirm, you're done, they get paid, everybody's happy. If you say there's a problem, then it goes into a 2 or 3 day period of
Arbitration.
a little bit of back and forth, and then they just say, here's your money.
I'm fine with, I got it. It's all good. I don't do reviews. It just irritates me.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and they play games with your reviews too. I mean, if it's, I mean, they won't take them. If you have a bad review, they'll just throw it out.
yeah, I've never really had a problem.
I had a review, I was like a month behind putting a review in, well, it's too late. Okay.
Yeah. But shop around, that's the thing, because I've been finding some stuff cheaper on eBay, and some stuff cheaper on Amazon. So.
Yeah, you had to look now, and also on Walmart too. Yeah, check it.
My problem, I've never really had, I mean, I've gotten my money back from eBay every single time I've had a problem, but my biggest problem with eBay is sellers will lie to you. They will tell you that the item is sitting in New York and it's really coming from China.
Mhm.
And why is it taking 2 months to get here? If I wanted it from China, I would have just bought it from AliExpress and been done with it.
My flashlight, it came a couple of days, it was here.
Yeah, I just dealt with I tried to buy some more SDR radios and they never ship them. And you have to wait till the day that they say that it should arrive before they will refund your money, which kind of is
Yeah.
stupid. That's eBay. eBay, you have to wait. You can't cancel it until that day hits.
Yeah.
But then it only took I mean, the seller pretty much said, yeah, we did ship it, and they gave me more money back. Why didn't you do that a month ago when I ordered the stupid thing if you knew you weren't going to ship it?
Yeah.
If you knew it was going to come from China, why didn't you just say, hey, we don't have the stock right now? So I'm pretty frustrated with eBay.
Problem is sometimes I forget why I bought
I
something.
Something shows up and you don't remember ordering it?
Or why,
Or why?
or what you were gonna do.
So that's actually when I order stuff from M5 directly,
Mhm.
takes like a couple of weeks. I mean, I could forget why I ordered it,
Oh, yeah.
but 2 weeks is good enough time coming from China. Huh.
I had something. I hadn't ordered anything for like 2 months. I come home and there's a package on the doorstep. 100 feet of shrink tubing.
Why did you need 100?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. I remembered that I had ordered shrink tubing. I didn't think it was that much. I couldn't remember what I ordered it for. And I looked and it was like $10. So, okay, it was either really expensive for a little bit or pretty darn cheap for 100 feet.
For 100 feet.
What size shrink tube was it?
1/2 inch. It's the gluey 2-layer stuff.
That would be a lifetime supply, I would think.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't use heat shrink that much. There's little solder filled heat shrink tubes. I love those things. Those
Yeah.
are great. I wish those had existed when I was doing stereo installs. But no, this is the 2-layer stuff. And the only thing I remember ever heat shrinking was one of those little 1 square inch of Atmega or whatever they were called. It was a little USB-A that and I just didn't want to be touching the pins and stuff, so I put heat shrink over the whole thing. There was a mouse chicken.
Micro Center, a couple years ago, they were closing out a bunch of stuff, and on their closeout table was a crap ton of heat shrink,
Mhm.
and it was dirt cheap, and I was like, okay, I don't need it, but
Someday.
I mean, you're thousands of pieces of heat shrink,
Yeah.
all kinds of different sizes and diameters for like $3. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll twist my arm, make me buy this. I still got, I mean, there's a crap ton of that stuff in the storage.
Mhm.
So if you need heat shrink, I probably
I
have.
don't.
They had some little teeny tiny, I mean, it's so small, I don't know what wire went around it,
Shrink.
but I bought it because it was like 29 cents for the whole box. I was like, okay.
I got the Harbor Freight kit of red and black 2-layer stuff. And that covers just about everything I do.
Yeah,
It's got big stuff for battery terminals, and
I
really like the 2-layer heat shrink.
I went to, well, the Trenton yard sales, there was a guy, he had a bunch of Harbor Freight stuff, brand spanking new. I didn't really ask, but it probably fell off a truck somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $1 a box, and I was like, how many boxes you got? And he came up with some price. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you like, it was like $75 or something. I said, I'll give you like $40 for all of it. Okay. So I'm sure that it fell off the truck somewhere.
Yeah.
It accidentally ended up in his thing, but there was all kinds of nuts and bolts and just that stuff. And then there was heat shrink tubing, and there was just.
To be fair, I've had 2 of my kids work at Harbor Freight, and that's floor sweepings. That stuff comes in and it has spare bits and pieces and parts falling off, and they just sweep up and they save it.
These were all in like retail boxes.
Oh, okay.
So that's not floor sweepings.
Yeah.
That is falling off the back of the truck. That is a crate of stuff that accidentally ended up somewhere that it didn't belong. That is somebody who's going, yeah, it's like $12 at Harbor Freight. I'll sell it to you for $1. Okay. Why do you have all this? I didn't need it. Sure. I don't believe that for a second, but whatever. Patty said something interesting to me the other day. When we were before we moved to the apartment, we were buying a lot of IKEA furniture and putting it in storage for when we were going to move, and we were going to have all this furniture and stuff, and now we're going to have to work and put it all together. We went down to IKEA a couple weeks ago, and she saw the prices, and she goes, wow, we did good when we bought all this extra stuff. Yeah. Because we've still got stuff that hasn't been put together yet. We don't know what to do with it. The apartment's so full of IKEA furniture.
The last 3 times I went to IKEA, they went out of inventory of things I was before.
Yeah.
You just bought something of IKEA.
About
Wait a minute. Everybody in my family knows I'm here once a week or so. So if they want anything from IKEA, they just let me know. Okay.
we had bought a bunch of shelves that shelves are always useful.
Meatballs is the best thing they have.
Went down there to get another shelf, and the shelf that I had paid, I think $50 for, was $130.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't look at their prices. It's not my money. I was told to pick up 2 of these.
And that's when she says, I think you did good by buying all the shelves that you bought when you bought them. Because at one point I had so many shelves, I didn't have enough stuff to put on the shelf. But now I have so much stuff, I need more shelves.
So why have the prices gone up?
I have no idea,
Because
they can.
employees, for the most part, are demanding higher pay. And the only way you can give them more money.
Have problem with the chain of.
Yeah, I think there was some supply chain.
Yeah.
Wearing the shelves and gates.
Yeah, but now they've got the stuff back. And it's the same stuff. And it costs 30% more.
Or more.
Yeah.
Demand. Capitalism.
I mean, when I bought a shelf for $50 and now it's $120, that's more than 30%.
Yeah, that's true.
That's. I wouldn't mind paying $75 for the same set of shelves, but. 120 is a little ridiculous.
So you think it's primarily labor costs?
I think that's what they're saying.
Do you remember the shipping of the laser machines of
Mhm.
Ray?
Yeah,
Yeah,
The shipping is more expensive,
yeah.
more complex.
Gotta,
Finally, they have the shelves empty, most of them.
you gotta pass the cost along somewhere, but sometimes the costs can get crazy though. I mean,
They've got an excuse to charge more.
Yep.
Sorry. If I was in business, what would you, if you were in business, what would you do? You got an excuse to charge more and, okay. It's business, and you don't, you're gonna go out of business.
so a thing that I realized I needed and wanted to buy, and you reminded me of,
uh-oh,
are the 5-tier, 5-foot wide, 6-foot high rolling shelves,
yeah,
the wire racks. I was getting those for about $105, and now I don't see any of them for under 200.
Are these the kind that you use in a kitchen,
Yeah,
in a commercial kitchen?
yep. I got mine at Sam's Club, but I'm not seeing them there. I'm getting ready to get a subscription or whatever you want to call it at the one that isn't Sam's Club.
Costco.
Costco, yeah. I don't know. I'm debating it because, and when I had kids, it made sense to buy eggs 7 dozen at a time. But now, yeah, we hardly eat a dozen eggs a week.
Well, we've had very good experience with Costco, but and we're empty nesters also, so I mean,
When my kids were young-ish, 10, 12, and 15, we were literally buying eggs 7 dozen at a time, and that was about a week and a half supply. Those little kids, I did the math once, and they were eating $1,400 worth of food a month. Like, dang. And we were eating at home.
Me and Patty had looked at possibly Sam's Club, maybe Costco for some bulk supplies, but we decided that it's probably just not worth it for us because
No, it's for
there's just
for big groups.
yeah.
Without really saving.
So our middle
There's the
kid,
other side of that. If you know somebody else that has a membership, you
Yeah.
can go in with them.
well, that's what I was gonna say. Our middle kid
Sometimes
has
I see a nice apple, and then I have apple for 2 months.
yeah. Yeah, our middle kid, I think she's got a membership at Sam's, and if Patty wants something, she'll get it. I mean, it's not a big deal. But I can't see us driving up to Sam's to pick up stuff. It's just. There were 2 or 3 things that they had in the grocery section that I thought would be a good deal, but not at the cost of the membership, and not at the cost of driving up there to buy 2 or 3 things.
You need to use it if you want to save.
Yeah.
Yep. Like the Amazon Prime. Last week I ordered some stuff maybe at 1 p.m. and at 3:15 was in the door in 2 hours. What? And they say that will be the next day or 2 days, but.
Yeah.
They just put it there in the door.
You get priority because you're a Prime member.
They got it's just the warehouse could be across the river.
Yeah, in Kentucky,
There's a warehouse, been
and
a,
maybe some stuff that they have easy and ready to.
Well, what's the Amazon, is that a full warehouse in Monroe?
I don't think so.
It's just a distribution thing.
Yeah, it could be, it could be. I went to the one in Kentucky, did some work on
Yeah,
They usually are delivering before they say.
mine, I'm not a Prime member, but when I say that I want it shipped and it says 2 days, it's usually a day.
But sometimes you need a resistor or a chip, whatever. And for $5, you have it the next day. You spend more in gas trying to find out
Yeah,
where to buy it.
The speed of the delivery is usually not an issue. I just got some not Andro, it's hard. And it's 24D. I ordered from Walmart. They promised delivery by the 14th. I got it today. Okay. And it's just Walmart. It's just
I
cheaper.
try to compare prices with Home Depot and Lowe's for a tool or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes the difference is a couple of bucks to go out for an hour.
Yeah.
Gas and car. Don't make sense.
Yeah. And
And
if you,
it's
and
delivery
yeah.
overnight usually.
So if you can get it locally, why not? Yeah, this 24D that I bought, it was $52 for a gallon. Okay. And I could get it for $52 at one of the local stores. I had to pay tax on it, and then had to go over there. And I said, I don't care if it comes in on the 14th. I need it.
Usually
I'll use it
it's-
next year.
It's cheaper to buy bags of soil or stones or stuff that is heavy and
Yeah.
bulky.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to go and pick up it, but. the
If
rest-
you can get it at a local store, you can get it significantly cheaper at Lowe's or even Home Depot. You get it cheaper than you can online, particularly compared to Amazon or something, because they got shipping.
Actually, Amazon also put the first options used to be more expensive. You need to just change the search and
that.
go around until you find the thing.
feature.
Sort by price. And
No.
it puts something at
You
the
need to
top,
change
it's
the name of
$12 and
something.
it should be $1. Like, and then you go down like 6 things. Oh,
So
yeah,
sometimes
this isn't their
It's
featured.
easy to search in Google for Amazon stuff.
Yeah.
And you go to the real one price and the right thing.
What are you saying? Are you saying, what I think you're saying is sometimes it's better to search for stuff outside of Amazon,
Oh, yeah.
because Amazon's gonna
Yeah,
put crap in there that you don't. Yeah,
They prioritize their items and their stuff and
And Amazon's interesting because I have found
Yeah.
two exactly the same, listed by the same seller, everything, and two entirely different prices.
no,
Mhm.
it happens all the time.
Yeah.
and yeah, you find it better outside of Amazon for an Amazon product.
Yeah. I have found Amazon stuff listed, and then you refresh the page and it changes the price on you. And I'm like, why was it $10 cheaper 2 seconds ago?
If you've got time, search for something and then stop. And you'll get an email for it at a
Yes,
lower
price
price.
is-
Yeah. Within a week.
Are you still interested?
Mhm.
They show you your item.
That ebook reader that I bought from Kobo had $99, no, $129. And I found it on Amazon for $99. By doing what you're saying, I searched for it on Google to see if there was a lower price anywhere. And Amazon
I
came up.
hope that ChatGPT will help us in that also.
Yeah.
Trying to look for ways of searching different way.
Yeah, so. But I have clicked on something on Amazon and then turned right around and sent it to another computer, you know, with the send, and it'd be a different price, and I'm going, wait, it's the exact same page, it's exactly the
They
same.
use your IP address. This is very, very obvious in the airfares or the air tickets. Planes, you search and go back in an hour, and the prices are higher and higher. In the hotels, it's the same. Car rentals is the same. You need to change the computer or place to find the original price.
Yeah. I've noticed it a lot if I search on my phone and then send the item that I want to buy to the desktop machine, then I'm like, wait, why is it cheaper on the phone?
So it's a time frame.
Took 2 seconds to do that. I don't know.
It's irritating if you can't do it. I did searching for a living for like 5 years. That's all I did all day, search is technical crap, but I learned how to use it. And use Amazon just sucks. I mean, it really ignores you. It will ignore the hell out of you. You say, this is what I want, and you get everything under the sun. And now eBay's starting to become similar to them. They start feeding you crap.
Yeah. In eBay, the filters doesn't work. When you say I want to pick up or I want something just in USA, no, all the stuff is from China. Everything is from China. But you specify, no, I want it.
And if you say subtract and put a word there that you want to exclude out of your search, and guess what? It's still there.
No, you got to put brackets around it.
Sometimes
If you put
Brackets.
If you put minus and bracket and then the word, it'll eliminate the word. You got the parents.
Friends, okay.
no, the quotes.
No, not the quotes.
I use the quotes. Plus I use the quotes.
Okay, I'll fish, but it's very irritating to me because I'm used to very concise quotes. I don't want to see this crap. I know how to search. I searched for years, and I know how to exclude.
But
You
they
have
are
to
changing
work.
all the time.
Yeah,
Very
if you put the word in parents,
Okay.
it'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
It'll get rid of most of it. Most of it will be
Sometimes
gone.
it's still appear, you know?
Yeah, every now and then I see it show back up, but you will get, if there were like 100 of them listed that of what you don't want to see, and you do that, you might get 4 or 5 that are listed that you still don't want to see. So it's a lot better. It's a lot better, but it's still not a great. But I knew eBay was going to be changing everything when they hired a former CEO of Amazon. There were some product
when
guy
people use-
from Amazon went and worked at
Twitter,
eBay.
people use sometimes their name is some stuff that you are looking for.
Mhm.
So it's all everywhere their messages and say, no, I want to look for this thing, but they have the
And that's why you want to pop out of Amazon and do a search out there. It's more concise. If you look inside Amazon, they're going to play games. And now eBay's getting that way too. It's very irritating.
I hate that when you tell it to look for something and then sort by price. They put their suggested buys at the top and the
Oh.
bottom.
Exactly.
Oh, the ones at the bottom piss me off even more. Just
Yeah.
because, I guess I've run out of the cheap ones. And
The thing is, you can return everything, you know.
yeah,
The
I
thing,
hate returning stuff.
the thing that really started bugging me is if you search for a product in Google now, they'll put a whole across the top,
Mhm.
a whole list of stuff, and they make it look like it's a search result, and it's just a link to buy something.
Mhm.
All right, now I'm trying to cut the Chinese out. Chinese get too rowdy for me. Except for my flash.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, I'm just avoiding buying that kind of stuff, really, is what it comes down to, because you can't get some things, like a flashlight. Good
Yeah,
luck finding a flashlight not made in China.
mag light.
The problem is when they find a way to
I'm not-
deliver in
That's
place
$100
from China,
No,
it's in the end of the world.
I was looking for flashlights, but there's a couple, and I can't remember who makes them now, but they're small, they're keychain lights, they're rechargeable. And there's one that's got UV, red, blue, and white. In a very small light. It's like 70 lumens. It's right in the range I want. It's $40. I'm like, it's the thing I want. But it's $40.
yeah,
It's $40 because they know you want it.
Yeah,
See, say I don't want that, and it'll drop to 20.
no, these don't.
I don't want you. Go away.
What would you use a UV flashlight for?
They're very handy sometimes. They're good for following behind your dog to see if it's doing things it shouldn't. That's one thing. You can mark things and then find them easy.
I use them a lot for the UV glue
Mhm.
because it's amazing how it works. It's like a crazy glue, but never dries. So you can just work.
get it just
whatever
so
you
and
want,
get it.
and then light it, solid in 5 seconds. Put more, and you can create any shape, and it's very strong. So I like it. I like it very much. The UV glue is amazing.
Cool. I got a gallon of that stuff at one point. This was 35 years ago. Next to the school I worked at, there was a company that did medical assembly stuff.
Okay.
And that's where they were using it at that time. That's the industry that invented it. And they had tons of it.
Sometimes I want to solder a tiny thing, just a little glue of UV glue, put your chip in orientation and use the flashlight around, and it becomes solid completely. You can solder and it never moves.
Oh, but it stinks
Things what?
when you solder over that stuff. So,
Oh, it's a glue under the plastic packet.
oh, okay.
It's not just a glue.
You solder better than I do.
Yeah.
Just to hold the package, just to hold that package where it belongs instead of
Yeah.
like
The tiny LEDs, for example, you glue them and then solder for each side.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know how I was doing surface mount, praying, please don't move, please don't move. Oh,
That was-
damn, it moved.
That was why I got a hot air gun.
Yeah.
Real high up, real high heat. Get everything. Don't want so much breeze that it moves things around.
I watched somebody, he had solder paste and whatever on a PCB, and
Mhm.
he threw it in the a skillet
Yeah.
on a stove, and it's like, that's brilliant.
Yeah, when I was at
Patty would not be happy if I did that with her skillet.
toaster oven. Don't tell.
As long as it's lead-free solder, it shouldn't be too bad.
Who wants to use lead-free solder?
Yeah, I hate lead-free solder. Useless crap. Pardon my.
I went to an auction years ago and there was some leaded solder there and I had to buy it because
I've got like 6 pounds of 032 Kester 44.
Yeah.
I've still got some of the things. I really like the leaded solder.
Yeah, I accidentally bought some unleaded stuff. They were talking about how good it works. I'm like, this is garbage.
Yeah. The unlead solder.
In other news, I'm now officially married again.
Oh, congratulations.
We went to the Justice of the Peace,
Oh,
got married. We're gonna have an actual ceremony and invite folks. So that's gonna be in like April or something of next year. I don't know.
Okay, keep us in touch.
Okay, there'll be food.
Ooh, food.
oh, now you're talking, yeah.
Nice.
The grandkid needs glasses. She's not happy about it.
Art, any project in your mind?
I'm sorry.
You have any project? Are you thinking in a project or something?
Well, we have I have been hijacked for house projects recently. We've we decided after 7 years of living here that we were going to buy a washer and dryer. We've been sending laundry out to the laundry, and Barbara pointed out that we could have bought washers and dryers about 10 times over for what they, and then the laundry jacked up their prices to double per pound what it was before. So we've been setting up the house to have we had a laundry room when we bought the house, but the problem is it's a laundry room and mud room coming in from the garage. Well, if they'd made it twice as big, it would be functional, but we decided to put it downstairs in the lower level. So it's not quite as convenient, but we have room to work there. And then we bought a car a week ago, well, last Friday. And let's see, what else we had going on? Oh, we had a bunch of landscape stuff done we got rid of a bunch of shrubs that Barbara didn't like. And so I've been occupied on domestic projects as opposed to technical projects. Although
where the valve data came from, remember? You show us the radio transmission data from valves.
Oh yeah, I do have a project going on that.
Yeah.
I discovered that the data that I had, I was getting everybody in the neighborhood's weather stations and temperature and rain gauges and so forth and so on. But I was getting very few TPMS, very little TPMS data. So I discovered that, at least in my neighborhood, most of the TPMS is not at 433.92 megahertz, but it is in fact at 315 megahertz. So did you know this, Leroy? I mean,
It's the cheaper one, but it's not legal, right?
I,
Well, depends on the
three
power.
fifteen is a good frequency, yeah,
Very low power,
yeah.
because I think
Yeah.
that, I say you must use 950, right?
No, 315's okay.
315's okay.
Yeah.
It's the 400 stuff that,
155 or something.
yeah, that can mess with stuff that isn't supposed to be messed with. But there's a bunch of sensors that were here before they changed the rules that still
They're
use
still there.
415 or 430 or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, garage doors, temperature measurement, weather stations, the security system that I have from ADT, all of that stuff's most of it is at 433.92. Those happens to be one of the primary ISM bands. But I discovered that for some reason or other, the TPM, at least in our area here, TPMS is, primarily 315. So I've been gathering a bunch of data on that, and I found out that I can actually identify who's driving by. So I can tell when somebody pulls in my driveway who they are. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I am now collecting a lot of 315 data. So what I'm not able to do is see my rain gauge, which is at 433.92. So I now am in the market for a couple of more SDRs. So if you got anything to recommend in the way of inexpensive, cheap SDRs, let me know.
Which SDR did you end up with? Is it the metal one?
I'm sorry?
Metal with a silver case
It's metal with a black case.
with a black case. Okay.
And let me see if I can reach it over here without destroying my system.
It's all right. It's probably the same one as the silver, is the one in the silver case.
There's only like 3 of those things, aren't there?
There's a few, but some of them are made a little bit better than
Okay.
others.
I got one that's supposed to be okay. I don't know.
The ones in the metal case dissipate the heat a little bit better and
Mhm.
are a little more stable. So
Now I gotta find out.
the ones in the plastic, I've got a couple of them that are in plastic cases that are stable, but they don't dissipate the heat real well. And then I've got the one that I just bought, the little teeny tiny thing.
You're muted, Art.
We can't hear you, Art. What happened? What happened?
Still muted.
He's not muted. Something happened to his setup.
Well,
Say something.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now we do.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Oh, well, that's cool.
That's a problem.
That's
Something-
weird.
Something happened when
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
For some reason or another, my sound went on mute when I reached across the desk. So I don't know what that phenomenon is. Some new physical principle there.
If that's a Logitech headset, the middle button is mute. It's the same as mine. It looks like it.
The middle button is mute.
You've got up, down, and mute. By your fingers there. That thing on the cord.
They have the three buttons.
Yeah.
You're
should
talking
have-
about this.
Yep. Should have a plus, minus, and the big middle button.
It's the mute.
Oh, so it does.
Nice feature.
Art just learned something new.
Yeah, those things are so small. I'll have to find a magnifying glass to see them.
I've got heat shrink tubing if you want to just wrap that around.
So you're talking about this dude, right?
Yep.
I didn't realize there was a plus and minus on that. Yeah, I've probably got a pack of heat shrink stuff. Oh yeah, it does have a plus and minus. Well, that's very interesting. Thank you, Steve,
You're welcome.
for teaching me how to use my headset. I thought that was just an on-off button, but it's not. It's actually apparently a tilt button that allows you to increase or decrease the volume. Cool. Well, that certainly, yes. You see this one, you see the one that is at the top, which is the black one,
Yep.
except mine is a V4.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what the difference between a V3 is and a V4 is, but it's a V4.
Mine is this is the one I've got.
I think I've got.
Now, why is that so much more expensive? Is that a different?
I don't know. It's Amazon, so don't trust any of the prices.
I got
It probably comes with the antenna and stuff.
Oh, well, the package I got came with, I think 3 different antennas and a little magnetic base that you could screw them into. Yeah, it's like
when I bought mine, it was not $42. $42 is pretty expensive.
I think this was the package, the one that's at the top of the screen right now.
533.
I think I got the one that's just above the one on top. With the fancy legs and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah.
So this is it's a good SDR and $43.
I think I paid about 30, but it
Yeah.
was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah. I paid like 27 for mine
Okay.
with the same accessories. But mine's in the silver package. It's pretty much the same SDR.
Yeah, I'm thinking mine's silver also. I
pretty-
don't know if it's metal. I thought it was plastic, but it was.
It should be metal.
Hmm.
That's a good
I gotta
SDR.
dig it out again. Like
This
it definitely says the RTL SDR on the side.
this is a good package or a good SDR. There's no Alex. But I found this particular SDR, no name, no brand, no nothing. for
Well,
12
that says Nolac.
Yeah, but I found the exact same one for $12 on eBay. Except
Okay.
that it's not branded. It
Yeah.
has no branding to it. It's the exact same thing. That is a plastic case. It is not a metal case or anything. They work fine. They do tend to drift a little bit, but not bad.
I think I've got one of the blue ones somewhere.
The blue ones are in plastic cases.
pretty sure I paid closer to $10 for it.
Yeah,
Maybe 7.
these should have been like right around $7,
I
$8.
picked some up at Carillion Park. There was a ham radio thing going on up there and they were selling them cheap.
Yeah. Yes, I went to, there was a ham thing somewhere and they were selling them for like $5 a piece or
Yeah.
something. And I should have bought more than one, but oh well.
I did. I don't know where it is.
It's just in a blue case instead of a black case. It's exactly the same thing. Okay. It's after 7. I'm getting the motion to wrap it up.
Oh, okay, that's what that means.
I will, we're in person next week, so I'll see everybody next week.
Okay,
Bye, Art.
take care, guys.
Short drive.